Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another deck showcase. Today I'm going to be showing you a Monarch deck teched in with Jinzo cards. So just before I talk a little bit about the deck, I'm just going to apologise in advance for the gameplay at the end of the video. There will be 5 gameplays, but only 2 of them are really quality gameplays. The other ones I wasn't very proud of. This is because during the maintenance, Konami broke the replay system and a lot of my gameplays were just gone, so I've tried to make do with some new ones, but they're not as good as the ones that I wanted to put in the video, but I don't really have enough time to get some more again. But anyway, this deck is not a super broken or OP deck, it's not really competitive at all. Monarchs are still pretty trashed here, and Jinzo isn't exactly the best for this meta, but it's more of a fun deck for people that want to try out the Monarch archetype or find a deck to try and stick their Jinzo cards in. The deck's game plan is very simple. You have 3 low level cards that you want to be used as tribute, and you have 3 high level cards that you want to tribute summon. As this is a Monarch deck, the reason you are tribute summoning over trying to special summon or anything is because they're a Monarch card and their effects activate when they are tribute summoned. As this is a deck showcase and not a deck guide like my other videos, I kind of want to keep this quick and I don't want to go too in depth with what each of the cards do, but I will talk a little bit about the new Jinzo cards as they're new to the game and it's probably best that I talk about them. So what Jinzo himself does is he negates all traps. When he's put on the board, trap cards cannot be activated and all traps on the field are negated. So this effect itself is actually extremely powerful. Unfortunately for this meta it's kind of weak as there's not many trap cards run, but just imagine this kind of card against Amazonas for example, where their whole deck relies around the trap card. Or even against Red Eyes, where their deck runs around Spirit and trying to get your Red Eyes back from the graveyard, which you cannot do if you cannot activate trap cards. Not to mention any kind of stall deck that relies on backline cards to stop you just destroying their life points, they're just completely negated. The reason I think it works kind of well in Monarch decks is because 1, they don't really use any backline cards, or not many at all because of Treeborn Frog, which means that you're not negating your own trap cards because you don't have any. And the second reason is because he only takes 1 tribute, like all the other Monarchs, so he's very easily fits into the deck as he can easily be tribute summoned. The other Jinzo card in the deck is Jinzo Jector. Now this card is actually really cool. What he does is when you play him on the board, you can tribute him to add a Jinzo card to your hand. Then all of your opponent's backline cards are flipped face up, you can read them, have a look at them, and depending on how many trap cards there are, you can summon Jinzos from your hand. So not only does this help you search for your Jinzos, it also helps you summon them. And not just summon one, summon multiple. And in case you didn't notice already, this deck runs Psychic Onslaught as the ability, which allows you to add 1 or 2 Jinzo cards to your deck at the start of the duel. So at the start of every duel, you will have 2 to 3 Jinzos in your deck. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for the talking part of this video. I'm going to give you one last tip before we get into the gameplay, and that is in regards to enemy controller. If you are going to do a tribute summon, your opponent controls a monster, just take control of their monster and use that as tribute. That is the main reason enemy control is in here, it just gives you a really easy source for removal. Alright guys, if you want to see more showcases like this one, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new around here, I do either a showcase or a deck guide every week. Check out my website if you want to see tier lists or my opinions on the current meta, different deck guides, all that kind of stuff. And without further ado, here's the gameplay.